haven't talked about a World War III update. Lately we've been going into who's funding this and who's causing World War III and why. Let's go find out who's selling what. Well, of course, it's the U.S. selling weapons to, let's go over to the board. Okay, once again, Saudi Arabia is the big buyer. They have bought 84 Boeing F-15s. They also have bought 70 Boeing upgraded of existing F-15s and 36 attack helicopters, which is totaling $60 billion. It's expected to be agreed upon by Congress shortly. There was another sale to Saudi Arabia for M1A2S battle tanks. Now, when I was in the service, we had M1A1s. That's what I used to drive, was M1A1 tanks. And now they're selling M1A2Ss to Saudi Arabia. Unbelievable. They're also selling weapons and armored recovery vehicles, training and support. This sale is worth $1.15 billion. There was also a big sale to Argentina and other countries. The U.S. is just pumping out the weapons, trying to get this war going. Also, there's been a lot of shifting of battleships into certain areas. It looks like the war will be fought somewhere between China, Japan, and probably the Balkans. Somewhere in there is where World War III will start seriously ramping up, even though the Middle East would say that World War III has been going on for years now. And that, of course, is where the U.S. is putting a lot of its armament right now, is trying to take the country of Syria, which I'm sure they will pretty soon here, but they're having interference from Russia. Now, Russia isn't going to back down. The U.S. apparently isn't going to back down. So basically, we are at a soft war with Russia at this time through Syria. And the problem with selling all these weapons to Saudi Arabia is they're using it against their neighbors, using all this ammunition and warfare against their neighbors. This is just not acceptable, just to make some money, people. And just remember that if bombs start to fall in the U.S., our cities and suburbs are all wood. That's all I have to say. Just remember what happened to Berlin when they bombed the hell out of that with incendiary bombs back in World War II. There's no getting out of it. Everybody in that city will die because they bomb from the outside in, which means there's a wall of fire going from the outside of the city to the inside, and there's no way you can escape. Everybody gets burnt to death. So there's every reason to not want World War III. We're going to start talking about those pretty soon. Those keep showing up in the videos, I've noticed. So the other morning, my back went out again. I ended up at the VA for a while, and I just got back. And now I'm out doing my walking, my mandatory walking, and all my exercises to keep my back from going back out again. And, oh, what a pain in the butt. But the alternative isn't possible unless you like a knife sticking in your back because you decided to take a day off when you should have been out doing your exercises. It is a gorgeous morning this morning. You can hear the sound of the weed blowers, and the chainsaws are over here. And now we've got another sound over here. The sound of morning. You know, the reason World War III will happen is because we, the people, let it happen. We have a choice here in the U.S. of voting in somebody different. So I suspect that we will put in one of the warmongers, either the Democrat or the Republican nominee. Even though we have one of the best ever candidates out there in the Green Party running, I think we'll probably ignore her. That's a real shame, because after that, whether you put in a D or an R, I have very little faith that we'll have much of a life after 2 or 3 years from now without some serious work going on in the control of pollution and that sort of thing, and war. We can't put one of these people into office. The planet doesn't have the time for it. You know, Hillary's talking about we have to be more aggressive with Russia, and that we have to keep going at this war thing with China as well. And Nuthead, who knows where he's going? Damn. Shit. So, once again, I'll do another free plug for Jill Stein. And I certainly appreciate all of the comments on the last videos, and the ups and the downs, and the new subscribers. And until next time.